Hello everybody, this is Jonathan Miller at the Hometown Historian channel. We are here at the Schaefferstown Cemetery. We're here for one, I wanted to do another part of a video on Alexander Schaeffer for the Schaefferstown Water Company. But when I stopped here, I'd never been here before. It's actually a pretty cool cemetery. Maybe at some point I'll go through the entire cemetery, but I just want to go through this older part. Plus there's some pretty cool statues out here that I'd like to check out and just show to you. But really quite old cemetery. I mean, he was Alexander Schaeffer died, I think, still in the 1700s. But this is like some pretty cool stones here. Just the writing, it's like a pretty elaborate stones. A lot of Revolutionary War vets in this area, the cemetery. Alexander Schaeffer was also a Revolutionary War vet. Yeah, he died in 1786. So this is quite the old cemetery. I think, you know, a number of the different churches, this is sort of combined, like Union Cemetery, Lutheran church here. There was a Reformed church, I believe, here in the area as well. So they all would have used this. This would have just been in general for the use of the community. Somebody, probably maybe Alexander Schaeffer, bought the land and then donated it for a community cemetery. That's how a lot of times how those types of things happen. But quite impressive place. Yeah, here's Anthony Stiegel. He was in the PA militia, Revolutionary War. 1785 is when he passed away. And there's John G. Dissinger. He's an ensign on the Continental Line. Would have meant he was a sailor, I believe. Let's go down over here to Schaeffer's actual tombstone. Sort of hard to read, so if you didn't know that was his, I mean, you see some of the Schaeffers here. Those are probably his children, but a lot of it's in German, because these were all German immigrants. I believe Alexander Schaeffer came over from Germany. He was actually born in Germany. Captain Henry Schaeffer. And this is Alexander Schaeffer's actual stone. Just so much history. And this is a really like a red stone. It's like a red limestone. 1773. And I just can't really read what it says there, but quite neat. So we'll go back through, but there's a lot of Revolutionary War vets here. It's pretty impressive, actually. I always like these ones that are sort of like they're laying flat. If we do go to the Isaac Meyer, he has one like this. In the memory of Susanna Miller, wife of George Miller. She died in 1836. Another Revolutionary War vet there. Yeah, a lot of times they had the von, Zum, Andenken von Johann Friedrich Oberle. They were usually some kind of nobility. The Johann Heinrich Schaeffer. There's a whole bunch of people buried here. There's the one statue out there in the distance. I want to go check that out. I mean, this is an extraordinarily cool cemetery. Like, there's a lot of, this is definitely this is the older section, like the Revolutionary War era. And then as you sort of fan out, there's a lot of newer stuff, but it's sort of neat seeing this many Revolutionary War vets. And there's a lot of guys picked up everything and went and served their country. you know, hoping it had no guarantees that they would succeed. I mean, they were taking on the greatest power, military power at that time. So it was, you know, for the ordinary soldier, you might not have faced the consequences as like the guys that signed the Declaration of Independence, but you know, it was quite the Hail Mary, if you will. I mean, I think if you had, most people would have said, there's no chance that this is going to happen. But we wound out winning our freedom. And these men here are the reason why. There's so many of our freedoms we owe to men like this from throughout our history as a country. And if they hadn't been willing to sacrifice everything, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we have today. I want to quick go over to this stone. At some point, like I said, I want to go through the entire cemetery because this is a pretty neat cemetery. But I'm pretty beat right now. I'm still struggling with my left foot. Has had an issue with being infected on and off, and it is what it is. I mean, it's just something, unfortunately, I got to sort of accept for right now. But I haven't been feeling that well over the last, like, couple weeks, and today I'm just sort of feeling a little off. So I do want to quick come over to this. This is a pretty neat stone, and then I'm going to pause because I want to take a picture of it because it's a really pretty stone. Monument memorial. So Daniel Bittner and Sarah Bittner. It's a really beautiful sculpture there. So we're gonna quick pause there. Alright, cool. We're heading back over through here, and then I think we're gonna head over to the right then as well, just to see what we can see. This is gonna be more about seeing Alexander Schaeffer's grave, doing a couple films on that, adding to the one film that I'd done on Schaefferstown Water Company. But I wanted to film again and then just go through some of the areas that had a lot of the Revolutionary War vets. It's always something that you have a cemetery that's just old. It's just really, really neat. There's just so much history. And if you didn't know this here with the Find a Grave app, I found it, and it's just sort of back off the main route, and you quick sneak over there, and you see a lot of this stuff looks a lot newer at the very front. You don't realize that this part of the cemetery is actually right here, where it's a much older part of the cemetery. These trees are really pretty. And here's another Revolutionary War marker, and then a couple more of these that are flat. Huh. It's pretty neat. I'm going to pause here just quick because I'd like to take a picture of the tree and looking over into these tombstones, because it's a pretty neat, sort of serene picture. I think it's perfect. Gee, almost tripped it. Alright, I'm going to pause again. Alright, and we continue. Go over through here. See another stone too that I'd like to check out. I'd like to walk down through here, and then maybe we'll go over and check out that other stone. Yeah, this is really impressive. I said I didn't know that this older section, I knew Alexander Schaeffer was buried here in Schaefferstown at some point, but I didn't know that this cemetery here existed. I think Cliff might have done something on this at some point. I can't remember because he's done a lot of different stuff in the area. Another Revolutionary War veteran here. Last name of Miller. It's just so peaceful up here. The birds, light breeze. I do apologize, I'm not as talkative as I normally am. Just not feeling the greatest, so not there as much as I normally am. But I think that's probably going to be it for filming today, because oh, there's a John Miller. Different spelling of John, but John T. Miller. Definitely not me. I'm still around, at least for now. So, the Johannes here, Dittman or Dillman, another Revolutionary War vet. All right, cool. With that, we will see you again here soon. I'm hoping maybe I'll try to do another video today, but I'm not sure. We'll see. But thanks once again for coming along, and hoping to be able to do a bunch of videos here in Schaefferstown, Kleinfeldersville, Myerstown, that area. I just right now sort of not moving terribly great, so trying to keep content coming out, but I'm just where I'm at right now. So hi, thanks everybody, and we will see you about town. All right, so one last little bit that I'm going to add here. This is a stone I saw, I was sort of intrigued by. It was actually placed here by the Wolfensberger family. Bugs are just like, go away, sheesh. Anyways, Memorial Johannes Wolfensberger, a descendant of the Wolfensberger family of Switzerland, 1694, and then it's 1765. So I'm guessing that was his dates. And he said, here lies his wife. Yeah, she was born in 1697, died in 1777. Their children, it has them listed there, so it's pretty cool. What I noticed here as well is right behind it is a cool old tombstone, which maybe this is the original one. Notice at the bottom the skull and crossbones. It's a very unique stone, like a vine up there. That might actually be the oldest stone here. A lot of these were, sheesh. Now, these bugs are like really bothering me up here, but yeah, it's pretty neat. But I figured a quick stop up here and check to show you guys that as well, because it's pretty neat. Let's just quick check out these stones here. See if these have anything to do with the Wolfensberger. I've seen a couple other things on the Wolfensbergers before as well, so you never know if this is where their family plot was, but it's pretty neat. Yeah, cool. Well, I just wanted to show you this one last thing. Thanks everybody.